Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Edet.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, how are you today?
You're fine.
So you are now how many years in marriage?
27 years in marriage.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, 27 precisely 2 days ago.
Wow.
February 13th.
Wow, that's use your marriage as Valentine's Day celebration.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Thank you.
Miss, can you tell us a little experience of these years now, what you experienced for these 27 years?
27 good years. We just say, God, we thank you for keeping us to celebrate our wedding anniversary of 27 years. It has not been a bed of roses. God is faithful. God has been with us. 27 years of our wedding anniversary. Let me say, patience is number one. Then God on our side. Then praying together has really helped us. Praying together, do things together, plan together, discuss together. Whatever we want to do, we put in God's hands. And God has been faithful. In good and the bad times, He has always been there for us. As I said earlier, it has not been bed of roses, but with God on our side. God has been faithful.
Oga?
Well, just as you rightly said, it has been God all the way. From inception, it has always been God. I remember even our wedding. It was on a Sunday like this. I told her, I said, it was around month of September. She came around on a Sunday like this. I said, Monday, we are going to the parish to register for marriage course. So she was shocked. She said, when did you agree on that? I said, pressure everywhere. You know, wedding is like a calling. When it is time, it will surely come to pass. Just like the prison is a calling, me too, I see wedding as a calling. The pressure will be there, and at that particular time, you will make a move.
Wow.
So the pressure came. She visited on a Sunday. I said, tomorrow we'll go to parish office to register for marriage course. It took her by surprise. And we went. From our projection, we said before the Lenten season, the next Lenten season, we should be able to have this done, you know. So after calculating, we fixed February 13th. That between that September and February 13th, we must have concluded marriage course, which then was 6 months. I would have completed it and then do our marriage before Lenten season. I won't lie to you. One kobo was not there. I did not even consider the financial aspect. All that was on my mind was that even if it's 100,000 that is in my pocket, my wedding will revolve around that 100,000. And just as I said, it has been God all the way. You won't believe that virtually everything that has to do with our wedding was sponsored.
Yes.
We enjoyed that goodwill from nowhere.
Wow.
The auntie gave us a bag of rice. My elder brother took care of everything that has to do with traditional marriage. My tailor sewed our suit for us. We only provided the material. Sewed our suit for us. Myself, my best man, my ring bearer, free of charge. The person that linked her with the tailor that sewed our wedding gown did that for us too, free of charge. So everything was virtually free. And I remember on our wedding day, my best man was writing numbers on each gift that was presented. If I check my store now, if you permit me to go to my store now, I will bring out one of the gifts unwrapped because we know what is inside. We will not that most of the gifts there, we will not open them. 27 years ago, still there in the store. Most of the gifts we will not open them. The number on one is 128. For you to know the volume of gift you receive. We are not even talking about envelopes. Because as I was collecting the gift from guests, I was passing it to my best man, who will number it and drop it on the floor. For the envelopes, I was not giving him that one. I was putting it in my breast pocket. So all this 128 does not even include envelopes. For you to know the goodwill we enjoy, and it has been God all the way. From inception, we centered everything around God. Even till today, every morning we pray together. Every morning, and we made it a point of duty. We have a meeting point where we meet every morning to pray, and we have the time. So where you have time and you have a meeting point, you discover that everybody will key into it, and thanking God all the way. And again, what we do is any problem that faces us, we always make it a prayer point.
Yes.
And we make it a duty, everybody, because everybody must pray. We pray in tongues, and everybody must mention that particular prayer point. And not until that problem is solved before we drop that prayer point. So it has been God all the way, and we made him the center of our. And
you must know your spouse. You must know what he likes. You must know what annoys him, so that you guide against that. When one person is hot, you calm down. Two of you must not be hot together, so that things will move fine. But when both of you are always on top of hot on your voices, things will not move. I believe if we had not understood each other, this marriage wouldn't have worked till 27 years today. Sometimes when it's hot, I just keep quiet. Sometimes I walk away. Before you know it, when he sees that I'm not on top of him, or I'm not, trying to shout back, he realizes it immediately. And what he will do, okay, I'm sorry. Did he hurt you? I said, no, Daddy, I know you. So if you know your spouse, understanding. If you know understanding, things will move fine. And he too, he understands me too. When I'm not talking this, he will just calm. Sometimes he walks away, By the time you know it, we realize our mistakes and we move on. Yeah. And that is how we've been together for these 27 years. I'm not to say again, raising children. But by the time we start bearing children and all, it will not be as when it was just both of us. That is another stage of life. So that one is another one that you face. You raising children,
So how were you able to sustain your love when the children started coming?
Thank you. That is another challenges on its own.
To me, raising children has been fun. Fine, there is the economic aspect, but to me it has been fun. And the center point of it all is still doing things together. Because I always tell people, I said, as a married man, there are three things that are priorities. One, accommodation. Two, children's school fees. And then the third one is feeding. The moment as a married man you are able to have a full grip over these three things, your marriage life will be less burdensome, less stressful, And from day one, my target has been how to have a full grip of these three things. And because I know what is required, I made my wife to understand this, and that has always made us to be on top of the game. They say if you know your problem, it is of course half solved. And the bonding between both of us as husband and wife and the children has been the result of trying to put our accommodation in place. From our meager salary, we are able to strive to get an accommodation, and because it was through our sweat, it was not something we completed immediately. It was something we did over time, and because we could not complete immediately, our living together, me, my wife, and the children were in one place. You know, when we moved in here, it was just one room that we prepared, and all of us were in that room. We were eating there, sleeping together in that room. So it sort of bonded us. As small as the children were then, it took us over close to 20 years before we were able to fully complete the house. Yes. And for half of this period, half of this 20 years, we were in one room, and that helped in the bonding.
Patience.
Yes, helped in the bonding between we and the children. So we literally grew up together, and in the process, they were all living one by one to boarding school. And when they come back to that room. Gradually, we expanded to 2 rooms, 3 rooms, to this point where everybody now have their rooms. So growing up, we were all together, doing things together. And that togetherness has sustained us till today, even now that we all have our separate rooms. But that bonding is still there. And just as we said earlier, praying together too always bring us together. Even now that each person have his or her room, that prayer session still bring us together. That eating together at the dining table still bring us together. You know, so the bonding has been there from inception, and we all grow with it, and that lasting impression is still there till today.
Thank you so much.
And I want to add to it too. A woman owns the house.
True.
If a man wants to succeed today, it is from the woman. If a woman you don't stand your ground, that man will not be successful.
Correct.
It is a woman that owns the house. It is woman that will put effort for the man to stand. I remember when we came to buy this land, my husband said it's too expensive. I said, no, Daddy. What I'm seeing, you are not seeing it. I said, look at MaRRiage. Look at where you want to buy land. I said, no matter where we are coming from today, even if it is midnight, you walk to your house. And I did not stop there. I made sure I tied my belt. I made sure I contributed. I did not leave everything for him alone. I make sure I contributed to see the success of where we are today.
Wow.
So a woman owns a house. I used to tell the young ones, I say, if you know you want to make it today, make sure you back your husband. Make sure you're always there for your husband. Make sure whatever you have, you don't hide it from your husband. And make sure when your husband does not have, you don't hide anything from him. If you have money, put in the family so that you people will live together. Not when your husband does not have, you sit down on your money, you don't want to do anything. If he does not bring, you will not cook for the family. If he does not bring, you will not help him to pay school fees. If he does not bring, no transportation, you know.
That's
so if a woman owns let me say 99% is coming from the woman. So if you are there to back up your husband, that marriage will last.
It's a practical experience.
Thank you. So that is what has been binding us together for these 27 years.
Wow.
If I have today, I don't hide it from my husband. He will just be surprised. Where did you get money from? Say, Daddy, don't worry. I know when you have, you will give me. I know when you have, you will not hide it from me. Now that you don't have, I must make sure I support you. And that is how we've been living for these 27 years.
Wow. And you know that since our marriage, even up till now that the children have started working, every Christmas and New Year, my wife must buy clothes and sew for all of us.
Wow.
She must sew clothes for Christmas clothes, sew New Year clothes for all of us. From inception till today, she's still doing it.
Wow.
Every Christmas and New Year, she will buy clothes for all of us.
That
Christmas
is interesting.
Christmas, New Year clothes. And again, to further buttress what she said, I remember on our wedding day, where the two people were called out to witness our cutting of the cake. One of them told her, said, "Look, my dear Florence, it is generally said that for every successful man there's always a woman behind him. But she was telling her that you don't have to be behind, you have to be beside, and if possible be in front to make you successful." So that was what I told her one day before I succeeded in extracting that money for the project from her. So she has always been beside me, and in most cases even in front for us to achieve our goals. And that has been
fantastic.
That's
Fantastic. Do you have any message for all those singles who are preparing to get married? What kind of advice can you give them?
Let me put it this way. When I sit sometimes, my prayer is always on the young generation now. They call themselves the Gen Z.
Yeah.
The Gen Z generation.
Yeah.
What we are seeing now, we did not experience it. I'm afraid of the young ones coming up who are planning to get married. You see divorces everywhere. 2 months, 3 months. I begin to wonder, is it the type of life we live? Is it the type of marriage we did? Because my advice to them now is for them to be patient. It's for them to study their spouse and know what they are going to enter now. But I see them not ready for that. I remember a Christmas period I was cooking and all. My daughter said, "Mommy, you are really stressing yourself." In my time, I don't have time for this. I just call the caterer to do this for me, to do that for me. You know, I laughed. My advice for them is they should know their spouse. They should know what they are going in for. It's not a child's play. Going into marriage is not a child's play. You're leaving your mother, your father, going into a new world, into a new home, having a husband. My advice for them is patience. Secondly, prayers. Secondly, let's do things together. That is my advice for them. If not, they will have problem in their marriage. Do things together. Don't hide things away from you. Be tolerant. If you don't tolerate each other, that marriage will not work. Be patient. That is what I used to tell my children. Because very soon they will go into this marriage. That is my advice for them. Thank you.
Well, to me, I think for every intending couple, Christ should be the center of their marriage. Because just as we said earlier, if a family prays together, things will work together. I was trying to remember the phrase the other time, which is a prayerful family is a powerful family. A prayerless family is a powerless family. You know, prayer opens up communication. You can imagine a situation where a spouse prays for the success of the partner. The partner wants to go into business, and the other half prays for that particular business to be successful. Next time, the partner will open up, so because he knows that his better half will pray for the success of it. So that's what I mean by communication. Prayer opens up communication. It makes you to understand each other, makes you to grow together. So it's every intending couple should hold on to Christ, and they'll be surprised that their marriage will be beautiful.
You talk about communication. Are they going to be communicating through WhatsApp or through discussion? Because these days now they prefer chatting and
No, when they come together to pray, they pray for the success of one another. They pray for the success of one another's endeavors. So I just as we mentioned earlier, we are using our own experience to say what we are saying now. If in a situation where I want to embark on something and I tell her, and she makes it a prayer point at our morning devotion, next time I will not hesitate, because by the time she's praying for the success of that project, my head will be swelled, and by the time I step out, it will seem as if I've been energized, you know. So with that feeling, tell me why I will not tell her more, so that she can pray for me to be more energized, you know. So
thank you
it's
so
as simple
much.
as
Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Yeah, many more years of celebration.
Amen.